Jesus tells us not to worry about what we'll eat or drink or wear. But aren't those things about basic survival? Do not worry about your life, he says. But that sounds irresponsible, if not ridiculous. So what does he mean? The word Jesus uses for worry is the Greek verb merimnao, which means to have concern for something. And sometimes concern is good, like having concern for a friend. But often our tendency to be concerned can get out of hand, choosing to focus on potential problems or dwelling on disasters that might happen. When we obsess over things that are beyond our control, like rain for our crops or what's going to happen tomorrow, a gnawing ache can develop in our gut. And that ache will not help us live longer, and it won't bring peace or security. It only steals the joy out of the life that we do have right now. Jesus wants to free us from that gnawing ache of worry by redirecting our attention to God's trustworthy character. Notice the birds, he says. They do work, and they build nests and gather seed, but it's God who provides everything. Or check out the lilies, how God has clothed them with stunning beauty. Jesus is drawing on biblical poems like Psalm 104, which describe how God holds the universe in a delicate balance and lavishly cares for his creation. And if God cares for birds and flowers, Jesus asks, how much more does he care for you? As a human, you're made in God's image and filled with his breath. Since God designed our world with plenty for everyone, we don't need to fret over having enough. And we don't need to hoard or violently defend our resources. We can live generously and give without fear. We can even become God's means of providing for others. If we're wrestling with the choice to stay worried about scarce resources or potential problems, Jesus invites us to take a deep breath and trust that in the end, God's provision is more than enough for everyone. And Jesus says there is a lot of evidence. Watch the birds, and gaze at the lilies, and see God's generous care for his whole creation.